pole shot. Having taken an overall podium for the first time in the previous round in Romania, certainly full of confidence. Johnny Walker was having a race to forget. With the first few laps, it was Mitch Brightmore showing Billy Bolt the way around Łódź until Bolt eventually managed to make his way through. Brightmore trying to stay with the world champion, losing a position. Eddie Carlson then moved into second place. Once in the lead, Billy Bolt was in superb form. He eventually went on to take the win, having come second in Superpole to Johnny Walker. The reverse grid, and what a race this was. Absolutely fantastic. Bolt just elected to sit back at the start. It was a great start for Dominic Olszawi, returning to prestige, having hurt himself in the previous round in Romania. And he had the crowd on their feet, the Poles going crazy for their man as he led over the early exchanges. Ash Brightmore on bike 7 also had a good start, was hunting down Diogo Vieira on bike 21. Freddy Gomez was in there, all doing well to avoid the Spanish rider. Olszawi though soon had Ash Brightmore and Bolt right on his tail, and as the laps were counting down, it would be a grandstand finish. Would Brightmore catch Olszawi? Bolt went through, at this moment managed to recover, pushed up off the seat. But Olszawi, Brightmore and Bolt completely elbow to elbow. Eventually Bolt found his way through. Brightmore stayed in second place. What a grandstand finish it was. Bolt would go on to take the checkered flag for the second time, but Ash Brightmore, his best ever result in prestige, delighted in second place. And it was more of the same in the third and final race of the night. Johnny Walker getting the whole shot this time just from Billy Bolt. A great start too from Ash Brightmore and Cooper Rabbit on the Sherco machine. Dominic Olszawi though would not finish the race. Out in front, Ash Brightmore was hunted down. Johnny Walker and Billy Bolt, who were fighting away, and Walker, having led over the opening laps, then at this moment this allowed Ash Brightmore and Mitch Brightmore to close the gap. Bolt went through to take the lead. Brightmore went through into second place. Mitch Brightmore eventually went through into third. Johnny Walker back. Then this moment from Billy Bolt allowed Ash Brightmore to go into the lead. Mitch Brightmore couldn't quite follow to take second place. However, Billy Bolt is a canny rider, and he made this move on the young Brightmore to take over the lead, up the steps, and around he went. Bolt 3 in a row of the night, but overall podiums for Ashton Brightmore and Mitchell Brightmore as well. And this is how it stands going into Budapest. Bolt with a handsome advantage over Johnny Walker, with Ashton Brightmore and Mitch Brightmore third and fourth. Eddie Carlson, Dominic Olszawi rounding out the top 6. The junior class has been nothing short of sensational in the SuperEnduro Championship this year. Alex Puey coming to grief at the start, 4 riders colliding, but Alex Puey coming off the worst. Mark Fernandez on bike 56, the championship leader, the red plate holder, coming into Łódź. Toby Shaw was away well at the start, so too Frutos Domingo on bike 52 of the Sherco. Couchot, Polish rider, coming to grief, but Fernandez put in a really stylish performance to take the checkered flag. Second race was also just as thrilling. Popovici getting a great start. Couldn't maintain that lead though. Romanian rider. Eventually it was Manny Gomez on bike 19 who went through. This is Popovici just losing it. Alex Puey, great to see him back on the bike. Milan Schmuser, having taken second, was also going strong. Saying second in the first race, was also going strong in this one. Gomez on 19 was in the mood. Schmuser kept him in sight. And as the checkered flag was waved, it was Gomez who took the victory. Another win for Spain. A poor start for Puey in the final junior race of the night. Mon Fernandez getting the whole shot. Again, one or two riders tumbling at the start. But Fernandez did not want to lose the red plate. Yeah, the rock section was really catching so many riders out. 19, Manny Gomez looking to repeat his earlier race victory, unable to do so. Fernandez and Schmuser, though, were battling out in front. Schmuser was matching Fernandez for pace, but couldn't quite stay with him. And eventually Fernandez went on to make it 2 wins. However, the overall win on the night went to Milan Schmuser. 3 second places. But in terms of the championship, Schmuser goes from 7th to 2nd overall, ahead of Gomez, Shaw, Kusch, and Puey and Strauss. Fernandez, though, with a really good lead going into Hungary. Championship is a new addition to the FIM SuperEnduro World Championship this season, and here in Łódź in Poland, it was Godino, Lankin, Lashka and Watson who were the 4 main championship rivals. They were closest points-wise in the standings. Godino on bike 11, the series leader, and eventually he would go through to take the lead in the opening race of the night. Michael Blake, the Australian, returning from injury on bike 387, not having the greatest opening race. And while Godino pulled away out in front, was getting a bit tear and further back. Hoppage coming across her on bike 22. Making the most of that mistake to move up past Vukcevic. The checkered flag went to Ramon Godino, the Spanish rider, taking the victory. Into the second race, Fraser Lankin, second in the standings, but taking the whole shot in race 2 in the youth class. He started well, but this moment allowed Godino to go through, and Blake, who had a much better second race, he went through. Lashka also going to get a good performance this time. Hoppage on 22. And Lashka went through to take second place from Blake. Then Blake tried this move, it didn't come off. He paid the price. Lankin went through into 3rd position. Connor Watson and Lashka also scrapping away. Lashka losing a position on this occasion. But Godino took it again, extends his lead in the championship. 2 wins on the night. He takes the overall from Fraser Lankin, Michael Lashka in 3rd, with Connor Watson in 4th place. That's the overall standings in the championship. Those 4 extending the points between one another. The expert class made its debut in this campaign for the FIM SuperEnduro World Championship, and as expected, it was the 2 riders, Cargill and Hula, who normally ply their trade in the Europe Cup, who were at the fore in this race. 2 races for the expert class tonight. Cargill on bike 61 and Hula on 717. Couldn't be separated at times. Cargill eventually powering his way into the lead in the opening race of the night. Plenty of battles going on further down the field, but it was Cargill who continued to lead, and managed to make his way through. This moment didn't upset him too much. He recovered and was on his way again. Hula also battling away. He too came to grief in the sand. But Cargill put in a polished performance despite the odd moment. It was certainly a night of attrition. That mistake from Hula allowed Cargill back into first place again. And Cargill, certainly the performance he put in deserved to take the checkered flag. The Cargill overall winner. And he repeated the feat in the second race. It was Savitsky who went down. A replay of that moment, and then Cargill pulled away. Hula, without getting the greatest of starts, Cargill recovered from this one. And Hula on 717 was not having, certainly, the race that he enjoyed first time around earlier in the evening. Again, Hula just struggling to keep the bike upright. It was a fast track, but it was a brutal track, and Cargill knew that just as much as anyone else, but he would go on to take his second win and the overall victory in the expert class. So Cargill from Hula, Gacek taking third, and the Estonian Poda, the non-pole, in fourth place.